So, it's been 23 days. 23 days since we, a family of 5, sold everything, left America, left Texas, to travel full-time for who knows how long. Right now we're in Paris, France. Before we left, which was on July 4th, was kind of funny, we interviewed our families and asked them about this lifestyle choice we made and kind of got their opinions on what they thought. So now 23 days into it, we've gone through all the interviews, and we thought it'd be cool to kind of give our thoughts on their responses 23 days in. Just see if we agree, disagree, or if we just kind of see how we're doing at this point, kind of a checkup. Are we good? Here we go.
So the first big question, how do you feel about what we're doing?
I don't think it's good. I think it's a bad decision.
And why is that?
Because you're taking your 3 really young kids to a very unfamiliar place.
Hey, where have you been? I've been looking for you now and then. Someone just like you, who can make me feel the way you do. 'Cause if I'm the ocean, you're the rain. We only need each other, baby, you know we're the same. Let's run away. All I need is you, now and always.
How do you feel about what we're doing?
I feel like it's something you would do when you're young, and so I want y'all to have this adventure, but I don't want it to last a very long time. I'm not unhappy about you guys going, I just don't want it to be for a very long time. Is that a good answer?
It's your answer.
Okay, what about you?
I think it's a crazy idea to pack up everything, sell everything, and move to Paris with my grandchildren. But if you're going to do it, you're young, this is the time to do it. Right. So I give y'all a pass for a few months.
How do you feel about what we're doing?
Well, it's breaking my heart because I can't stand not seeing y'all all the time, but I'm very, very excited for you. I think it's great. I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Do I look really pale?
No.
Well, this is awkward then.
My name is Annie.
Dennis.
Who are you?
I'm Abby's sister.
I'm Dennis.
What do you think about what we're doing?
I like it.
Leaving the country with our kids.
I like it.
Do you like it a lot?
I think it's definitely a big life decision, especially since you sold off everything you had.
Do you think that's insane?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
I don't think it's insane. I think it's like, it's a bold move. But if it's what you want to do, you should go for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say exactly insane. A little crazy, but not insane.
Okay.
Now look as normal as possible. What about you, Sam?
I think it's unfair because the girls don't realize what's happening. Totally okay with like exploring. I wish I could have done that as a kid. But moving and leaving your family and not really having a game plan. At the same time, I'm happy for you all because it's really ballsy, like no one else does that kind of thing. I just don't agree with it in the sense that you got rid of everything and we don't really know what you're going to do like in a month.
And we totally get that, because like from your experience, change has been a negative experience. Whereas for us, we're trying to create an experience of positivity with our girls with change, showing that change is a part of life and that you should embrace it.
But do you need to move your entire family in order for them to understand them?
Not necessarily, because you can teach things by telling someone, but most of the time, the best way to learn something is by experience. If we see that it's bad, we won't keep doing it.
We could run away.
honestly, when do you think we'll come back?
I think he'll be back before Christmas.
I think within 60 days you'll be back in America.
Are these videos going to keep y'all motivated?
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
And it's not because it's, I'm not challenging you. It's just you're going to see that it's better to be closer to family.
Well, if you know anything about me, I always try to go against expectations. So
Yeah, but you always end up making the right decision. Decision you're just going a little bit longer bad.
When do you think we'll come back?
I think maybe by Christmas, hopefully. I mean, I would rather you come back tomorrow, but I'd say maybe Christmas.
When do you think we'll come back? Do you think we'll come back?
6 months.
7 months.
when do you think we'll come back?
In the smallest amount of time, I say he'll be back in a month, maximum November, December.
All right, so how long did they think we were gonna stay abroad, traveling full time? The consensus was, for most people, about 3 months until we come back. And that might be for a visit, it might be to end everything, I don't know.
Everyone thinks we're gonna be home by Christmas, which we've actually discussed, so that may be true, so.
But Cameron, you said a month? Well, I can tell you one thing, we have our next 2 Airbnbs booked. So, and those are not refundable. So we're definitely doing that. The earliest we could come home would be November. Now, that begs the question, where are we going after Paris? Where are we going after that? And after that, I don't know. You have to find out. Everything got weird. One question was, when do you think we'll come back? And I'm gonna answer it the way I think about it. When do you think we'll come back to visit? Possibly by Christmas. Completely agree that Christmas might be a thing, but we don't know. Depends on how we feel and how expensive it might be to fly back around Christmas. We don't know yet. The other question is, the other assumption is, will you be done after 3 months? Will you come home for Christmas and never go back? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It just depends on how sick of traveling we are, but once we go home and see, like, obviously we don't like that lifestyle, that's why we left. So I think that we will come home by Christmas to visit, but I don't think that we will want to stay there and, like, get a house and car and restart everything, because I think we're gonna figure out we like traveling a lot.
Now, I will say this, and we'll get into this more in a minute with the next questions, but this feeling and idea fluctuates day by day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure yesterday we were like,
forget France, we're getting at it. Well, because it was like, I felt like it was hotter, it was as hot as, or if not hotter than Texas yesterday in Paris. Like, we got alerts on our phones saying, hey, the pollution air is like super bad. They had special metro tickets so people wouldn't walk outside. And so we're in this place and there's no air, no AC. At least in Texas you have AC. We don't have AC here. So we were about done. We were saying France is stupid yesterday.
we were really negative yesterday because of the heat.
It was a bad day. Today it feels really great.
We were like super happy today from the wind.
First assumption, when are you gonna visit? Christmas, possibility, but it fluctuates. Sometimes I'm thinking that we may not, just because we may be at a place where we want to keep going. But as far as long term, I don't think we're gonna be giving it up just yet. We're gonna go a little bit longer.
As of now.
As of now.
That could change tomorrow.
That could change by the end of this video. That's how often we've changed.
You and me together, baby, we don't gotta stay. Let's lose our minds. We could go crazy and leave it all behind. It could be glorious, 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 glorious. It could be glorious, 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 glorious.
Would you do it if you could, if you were in our same place we were?
So 19 years ago, when we were in the exact same situation, 3 kids your age, no, we would not have done this. I needed a home base to raise my kids. I couldn't, it just wasn't for me. It wouldn't have been for me.
Even if you had like a remote income like this?
No.
Being truthfully, I think it's important that the kids have a foundation to grow up in.
So if you were in our position, would you do it too?
I think I would. Of course, I'm old now, but if I was young, I would jump at the chance.
Even with all your kids?
Well, yeah, because if I didn't like it, I could always come back.
That's true. Would you ever do it?
I mean, kind of doing it, but it's different. My situation is completely different.
We're supported by the American government.
Thanks, Trump.
So would you?
I'm about to say the same thing.
So if you were in our position and you had 3 kids, would you do 3 kids?
Depends on how good my kids are. If they're little terrors, then I probably wouldn't.
I mean, even with like 3 angels, it's just saying, there's a lot of variables you have to take account for. As long as there's proper preparation, I think you can do almost anything.
So this is a big question. Would you do it if you could? If you had remote jobs, if you could do whatever you wanted, live wherever you want, would you do the same thing?
I wouldn't move there.
But would you travel to where you want to go, like Scotland?
Of course, I'd travel. It's different that I wouldn't sell all my stuff and move there and live in a place that really doesn't have a contract. It's just Airbnb.
The ocean, you're the rain. We only need each other, baby, you know we're the same. Let's run away. All I need is you, now and always. You and me. We don't need no one else than each other. You and me. We could run away.
Do you think we'll get homesick?
Yes.
Absolutely. Just while you're thinking, going back to the other question about me and your mother at child's age making this decision, we have different personalities. Me and your mother do not take chances. So I give y'all that. You guys are willing to take this chance. You're young. It's time to do it. I just, like your brother said, I hope it doesn't last long.
Well, we can always come back whenever we want if things fail. Do you think we'll get homesick?
Oh, I definitely think you'll be homesick.
How do you think the girls will handle it?
They're gonna probably cry for Mama every night.
They're gonna cry for their mama every night?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get homesick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like 30 days, you're gonna be like, I don't know about this.
Were you homesick in Korea?
Yeah.
First year was brutal, I ain't gonna lie.
I think during the holidays, that's when it's the hardest.
First Thanksgiving and first Christmas dinner, being alone
Yeah.
from family for the first time
It's pretty
after 20-something years.
I mean, you won't be
Bad.
alone. You'll have 3 kids, but so you'll be busy. You'll
Right.
be busier than like
yeah.
us, but I think you'll still get homesick.
Do you think we will get homesick?
I think you'll be homesick.
We're gonna get a bad case of homesickness?
Homesickness, unfamiliarity with your surroundings, and just generally being uncomfortable in a place that you won't feel welcome in.
We hope that won't happen, but we're also open to the fact that it could happen. We shall see if your predictions come true.
Okay, so the next question was, do you think we'll get homesick? And what's the answer?
Yeah. So yeah, we got pretty bad homesick. In fact, I was homesick the first day, and that was just because we were super jet lagged, and we made a video about that, about the power going out, and I was super stressed out and frustrated about that, and just being here with the kids, the stress of traveling across the country with 3 kids. Oh my gosh. So getting here, and we're in this paper mache house. I was stressing, man.
Yeah.
I was ready to quit. I was looking at tickets to get home, like day 2.
Well, I wasn't, but he is someone who's a flipper. He changes his mind like all the time.
I'm flipper. I'm gonna get some wine. Keep going. Spring break. As we expected, it was hard getting here. It's hard being here, but I didn't expect it to be quite that hard just because, I don't know, it's one thing visiting another country, but knowing that you're here for 30 days and then even more somewhere else, it hit us pretty hard. It was rough. I think after like what, 3-4 days, I felt pretty good about things.
Yeah, but then every day one of us was like upset. So we flip-flopped.
We would trade off.
And like I was like, I want to go home, and then he was like, no, this is amazing, and then it would flip the next day. And we've actually been doing that almost every day, except maybe for like the last weeks. Maybe
last week and a half, we've been pretty like solid.
Yeah.
A big part of that was we figured out what we're doing next.
Yeah.
And
it took us a long time. Well, I say a long time, but it was like 2 weeks that we were here trying to figure out where we were going next. It was really stressful not knowing where we were going the next month.
Yeah, because I have no response to that.
I thought you were gonna say something. Did we get homesick? Yes.
You betcha we did.
Things I miss the most, or the things that made me homesick the most. Food, because food is comfort.
Well, that was the first big, like, we'll have videos about this, but like just figuring out what to eat. Like French food and cafes and stuff are expensive. And we're like, we can't keep doing this for every meal, so.
And it's not just that, they have like, every single restaurant has the same thing. And it's like, it's not especially good. Not for our taste buds.
Yeah, this French food gets old kind of fast.
And unless you're going to a super expensive restaurant and it's like, all these like special spices and stuff. It all tastes the same.
All the flavors and spices.
So, food was like a big change for us.
It was really for Abby, because she's having to figure out how to shop it. I mean, it wasn't Target, it wasn't Whole Foods. She's having to figure out how to shop
It wasn't Instacart.
It wasn't Instacart. Now, the funny thing is, they probably have grocery delivery here. I mean, you haven't even looked at that.
But.
So answering the question, homesickness happened real bad, and it still happens from time to time. The first like 2.5 weeks, would be great one day, and then really horrible and just totally ready to go back home the next day.
What's something that made you want to go home the most?
Like what did I miss the most?
Yeah.
Well, family was the big one. Just knowing like we just left. I think it was just a lot of things all at once. It was moving, it was a new country, different languages. It was a lot to get used to all at once. And every time we move, it always takes like a month for us to adjust. So we knew this was gonna be that long, or even maybe a little bit longer, because it's totally different. Do you have any advice?
Oh my gosh, just watch yourselves. Watch your pocketbooks, watch your purses, watch your bags, everything.
Like I always tell your mama, always be aware of your surroundings.
So safety, that'd be my main concern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, any advice for us?
Be careful. Don't let those girls out of your sight. Keep all my babies safe.
We're just gonna let them run wild, Mama.
No.
Any advice for us?
Watch those kids.
Hey, in this motion picture, I am Liam Neeson.
All right, PSA to all you worrywarts. We're watching our kids. Now, that being said, they're kind of hard to watch sometimes. Let me tell you, Addie in America, how crazy she is. I think about, 10 times crazier in Paris?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I swear, there's a musical in her head all the time.
Probably most of our fights are because we get frustrated trying to control the kids on the streets. That's probably most of our frustrations.
Yeah. I mean, Addie, I think she walks into at least 13 people a day, if not more.
Addie walks looking back. So she walks forward looking back, and she literally hits everything. This was her all the time, but in Paris it's really bad.
But nothing scary's happened. Addie did jump on the metro when we weren't getting on that particular train.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday, and the door's almost shut with her just going off to who knows where.
So I was trying to open the door and pull her out of the crowd of people. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was so scary.
So that was a little scary.
And I hope I'm still here when y'all get back.
I'll hush it.
Well, when are you going to come visit us?
As soon as I can. Just have me a man all lined up.
Oh, you want us to search a man for
Yeah,
you?
search for a man.
All right, we'll find a monsieur. Hook you up.
As long as he has money.
How old?
I'll take one my own age.
I mean,
Or 30.
or 30.
So if y'all were gonna do this, what country would y'all go to first?
Probably an English-speaking one, like Britain,
Like England?
Ireland.
because the language barrier is harder than you think
Yeah.
in other countries.
Yeah.
So y'all did live in a foreign country with a huge language barrier for a certain amount of time.
3
How
years,
hard?
3 months.
How hard is that? Like really? Like, what was the hardest thing you had to overcome?
Public transportation.
Any advice for traveling? For what we're doing?
Get to know the
Locals?
The locals. Yeah.
Did you get to know the locals in Korea?
A few.
You still talk to that lady you made a stuffed animal with?
I talked to her a few months ago.
Oh, did you? What'd she say?
She was just saying
Did
hi.
she ask you how her stuffed animal was?
Yeah. No. If you
Fun.
can.
That's what I heard to do is when you travel is try to get to know as many people as you can over like as you meet people when traveling.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it.
Thanks for the interview.
You're welcome.
Now, on to my personal segment.
Say what you feel. I don't even know if this is real. How can you like me? You're as close to perfect as anyone can be. You and me, we don't need no one else than each other. You and me. And me, we could run away. You and me together, baby, we don't gotta stay. We don't have to stay. Let's lose our minds.
Okay, so 23 days in, we're strong, we're good, we're excited about traveling. That wasn't always the case. it changes from day to day. No one's been taken, so I haven't had to put my Liam Neeson skills to use. I've seen the movie a bunch of times, so I know exactly what to do. We can honestly say that it's been a huge learning experience. Not the fact that we're having to learn a lot about our surroundings, it's learning a lot about ourselves and how to deal with such a big change. Like, it's been a lot of change for us. So that's been a learning opportunity for us. And I think we're doing okay now. We weren't doing great to begin with, not at all. I'll be the first to admit that. And there's definitely more change to come, more change that I'm not sure I'm ready to deal with, but we're going to deal with it. We're going to figure it out and we're going to grow. That's where we are.
Yep.
We're excited.
So let's just go to bed because I'm tired.
Yeah. Yep.